What's up, guys? It's Chris for DAV1D on ECF, Aerovapor on YouTube and Facebook. Make sure you check me out on Facebook. Today, what I've got for you is a look at the new iTaste SVD. This is the new variable voltage, variable wattage device, brand new, I don't even think out to market yet, from Innokin. So, we are going to take a nice close look at that. Alright, so let's take two. Now, what we have got here is the iTaste SVD. I know, sounds like something you may have caught in college. However, it is not. This is the new variable voltage, variable wattage telescoping mod by Innokin. I guess the next step after the MVP. So, this is the box I got it in from Innokin, and I will show you what I got with it. When you open the box, you have got your mod on the top, your SVD, a longer tube for your 18650 style batteries, and then one of the new iclear dual coil VV style tanks with a knucklehead mouthpiece. If you take that off, you get two instruction manuals. One is on how to fill the iclear, which if you need that, you should probably send the kit back. You may have jumped the gun just slightly. And then you have an instruction manual. Not the greatest instruction manual in the world. Like, there's a couple things in here that they got the facts just slightly off. There's a lot of detail, but not all of it is correct. So, we're going to wing it. Then on the box, in the bottom of the box, you will have another iclear along with a little box full of iclear replacement heads. And like I said before, these are dual coil heads. I don't know, I've never really rebuilt any of the T3 heads to be dual coil, so I'm not sure how easy it would be to rebuild these. It's the same concept as far as how you would take it apart to rebuild them. I don't know, I would just be nervous trying to build the dual coil. But if you take the little rubber grommet off, you can see you have 8 wicks, 4 going to each coil, and they are dual coil. So, if I can put this back together. Alright. Screw it, we'll just put that aside for now. So, first, while I have it out, let me talk about the iclear. This is a VV style tank, except it is dual coil. Now, the top actually works similar to how a Stardust does. This is a mouthpiece. You can't use your own drip tip. It does move around so you can point it wherever you want. However, if you unscrew just the mouthpiece, what you will have is a Stardust style head, which will push down on that rubber piece in there the same way a Stardust or a VV Nova works, except this head is more like the Stardust head. So, pretty cool. Put that back in there, screw it back down, and then you have your little knucklehead ready to go that says Cozy on it. I don't know why. I don't know if that's the name. I don't know. It says Cozy on it. Just like the VV Novas, in there you can see there's little grips on the bottom of the head in there, so you just twist that out, you replace it with your new dual coil head, and you're ready to go. I'm going to review that coming up. I'll tell you, so far I have had 0 issues with dry spots, and I know friends of mine are going to be shocked because I am not a lover of the VV Nova, have not had good luck. However, these things have worked fantastically for me. So, let's get to the part that you want to see. So we'll take, this thing is in here good, by the way. Holy crap. We'll take our SVD out. I'm going to leave in the extra, actually we'll take that out too, just to save me the trouble. Alright, so this is the SVD in all of its glory of the 18350 mode. Now if I were to stand this up, this is the VAMO in its 18350 mode, and then this is your ZMAX in 18650 mode. So comparable to the VAMO when it's in its 18350 mode. As far as the diameter of the mod, it is slightly larger than the VAMO is and the ZMAX is around, but that is the height difference. Now, if we were to take a look at the mod, let's take this tank off. It's got 3 buttons on it. You have your power button, that's right here, which will light up green when your battery's fully charged. Then you have your plus button and your minus button. Both buttons really sturdy. They don't rattle. Oh shit, what is that? You know what, that is the button. It does have a bit of a rattle to it. I wasn't noticing that before, but the little metal buttons, they feel really sturdy, like they're not rattling at all, but there is a slight rattle in the buttons. On the tube it has iTaste SVD carved into it, etched into it, and then you have some design like etching going down, which helps you to grip the tube when you're telescoping it in and out. You have your bottom cap with 6 vent holes and iTaste printed on the bottom, and then the top has all these little divots, and one of the divots has a hole in it for venting. The connection is an Ego threaded 510 connection, which unlike the VAMO and the ZMAX does fit your T3s and your EVODs and all those such. With the VAMO, they do not fit, so you can actually use it on here without any sort of adapter. You could actually also take this top ring off and you will have an exposed Ego threaded 510 connection. I don't know why you'd want to vape it in this mode without the this ring on it. I don't know, just I guess maybe there's some atomizers out there that you may need to take it off, but it just gives you the option in case you want to. I personally love the look with that ring on the top, so it is going to stay on. It is a brushed finish, so it's not a fingerprint magnet the way, you know, your average stainless steel mod is. You could still get some fingerprints on here, but it's nothing near what, you know, the VAMO is or a Silver Bullet or those. As far as options, if I hold my fire button down, you're going to see it lights up green. That's letting me know that the battery is between 3.8 and 4.6 volts charged. When it turns yellow, it's letting you know it's between 3.6 and 3.8 volts. And then when it's red, it's letting you know it's under 3.6 volts and you'll need to charge it soon. Now, if you stack batteries, which you can in this mod, it would be a little different. Red would mean lower than 7.2 volts, yellow would be between 7.2 and 7.6, and then green would be above 7.6 volts. So let me put this tank on here just so I can demonstrate a couple things for you. Now right now I have this in variable power mode, variable wattage, or it's power mode. So it's going to be adjusted in 0.5 increments on the wattage. So right now it's 7 watts, 6.5, 7, 7.5. If I were to hold down the minus and the fire button at the same time, it shows voltage. So now it is going to switch over to the voltage mode. So 3.3, 3.2, 3.1, 3, and then round robin to 6 volts. If I hold the power and the plus button, it's going to do the opposite. Now it's back to variable power, which is, I believe, 5 to 15 watts. Excuse me, it is 3 to 15 watts when you have it set on adjustable wattage. Now if you want to read the ohms, all you're going to do is hold your minus and your plus button for 2 seconds, and it gives you the ohms of your atomizer. 2.1, this is a dual coil iclear coming in at 2.1 ohms. Let me take a pull on here. iclear working just great, by the way. Alright, next, this is where the instructions get a little bit wonky. It says use this tube, this battery tube, if you want to use an 18350 mode. However, if you want to use an 18500 or an 18650, you need to switch to the larger tube. I've actually found that to not be true. So if I were to take the bottom cap off, take out my 18350 battery, and take an 18650. Actually, let's not put it in yet. This thing has a lot of threads, like they're really, really close together in there, so sometimes it takes a while to get that sucker unscrewed. Let's try it again. Not quite there yet. Perfect. Or not. There we go. Okay. So now I put my end cap on, screw it up the rest of the way so it's nice and tight, and there you have the 18650 mode without having to use this extender cap. So I'm not really positive why you have this, because you can fit the 18650 mode without it. Now I'm going to tell you, this is a big son of a bitch in 18650 mode. That's VAMO in 18350 mode. This is the Z-Max in its regular 18650 mode. So it's a good inch larger than the Z-Max, and then you add the tank to it, and it's huge. I mean, it's, yeah, makes you envious. It's a monster. So, turn it on, your 3 clicks. And you're good to go. Now this is a good example to show you the light. Right now it's showing yellow because this 18650 is not fully charged. So, let me unscrew the battery cap again, take out the 18650, and basically you're just going to wind it all the way down. Put the battery in nipple first. Well, this is a nippleless battery, but you know what I mean. You put your end cap on, and then screw your tube on the rest of the way so it's tight. And you're good to go. Oh, I just turned it off. I've noticed you can actually switch batteries and it will stay on. So when you put the new battery in, it'll stay in the on position, which is a little bit strange. It also holds its wattage, which I like. I like the fact that I can set my wattage, change my battery, and it still, with its internal component, holds on to what my wattage was set at. So this is an up close of the iTaste SVD. Just a really good looking mod. I know I was talking to Eva last night and she said it kind of reminded her of like someone makes these mods at home. They're the Steamy, which is just an awesome looking mod. They're impossible to get, but she was saying it just has that rustic kind of look with the way they have have the letters and the ohm signal sign etched into it and these buttons. It just has this really nice, like, sort of rustic look. Just so far a mod that has been working great for me. I have no complaints as of yet. However, if I do, I'll let you know. One other thing I want to show you, I told you how you can hit your button and it'll light up the color depending on what your battery is at. But you can also hold either your plus or minus button down for 3 seconds and it'll give you your batteries. So like right now I have 4 volts left on this 18350 battery. So it's 2 ways that you can test your battery. One is by eye when you fire your fire button, and 2, if you want to be a little bit more precise on exactly how much voltage is left in your battery, you just hold down one of the buttons and it'll give you the voltage reading on your battery. So I think that's pretty cool. So there it is. That is the up close of the iTaste SVD. So that was a close look at the SVD. A couple small points. One, I can't figure out what this is for. I understand the concept of it. I know some smartass can be like, I know what it's for. I understand what the concept is. However, you can fit an 18650 battery without using this longer tube. So I can't figure out what you use this for, because the 18650 fits in here if you back it off without showing any sort of threads or anything. So I'm not really clear. I know what it says. In the instructions it actually says you have to use this for an 18500 battery. I have an 18500 in here now and I definitely don't need to use the larger tube for it. Another quick point to remember, in the instructions it says if you go from using 2 stacked batteries to using 1 single battery, make sure you discharge the circuitry. So when you take your battery out, hold your power button down for 5 seconds because it saves the information from your battery onto the circuitry. So that way it will basically reset itself for the new battery. It doesn't say you have to do that going from one 18500 to the next or one 18350 to the next, but it says if you stack batteries, then go to a single battery, make sure you hold the power button to discharge. A couple things I love. I love the fact that I can use a T3 or an EVOD Kanger Cardo on here without any sort of adapter, the way I have to use it with the ZMAX and the Vamo. Love it. I love these iclears it comes with. I'll be honest with you, I was not impressed with Innokin's cartomizers in the beginning. They always had a super tight draw. I was getting dry hits off of their original clearomizers, their Tidy 10s. Just, it wasn't a pleasant vape. It was very difficult. It wasn't something you could really leave the house with and feel confident you'd have a good vape from. Innokin has come leaps and bounds since then with this new iclear tank. It's VB style, except it's dual coil. It has replaceable heads and a mouthpiece that is adjustable to just about any angle you'd like it. No issues at all whatsoever with dry hits. Great flavor, great throat hit. When I first filled it up at very first, it had a light throat hit, but like every Cardo, it just needs a little bit of breaking in, and then it worked pretty much flawlessly. As far as the build, I love the rustic look that it has. It really just, the way they have this stuff etched in, the letters, the ohm sign, the plus and minus, it just has this really awesome looking rustic look to it. The way they have this cover bolted on with 2 Allen screws covering the edge of the screen, it just looks awesome. I like the look of the top, the air hole that it has in the side in case you have a tank that cuts off all the airflow. It's removable, which is great. I just don't really have anything that would cause me to have to remove this top ring. I personally love the look of the ring on it. As far as protection goes, so it has short circuit protection, reverse battery protection circuit, battery voltage detection, resistive load detection, ohms, that's your ohms meter, and then it just goes into the rest of the features, the low battery warning, the low voltage warning, battery safety protection, built-in 3-digit display, which I'm not sure why, again, these companies aren't going with the OLED screens. Probably has a lot to do with cost. It would drive up the cost. Which brings me to the last piece, which is cost. I have no clue what the cost is going to be. This mod has yet to be released. As soon as I do know what the cost is, I will release it online on my Facebook page and on my YouTube, just to let you know. As far as I know, they are not on websites to purchase yet. It is coming out probably right when the Chinese New Year ends. So make sure you look out for your local vendors for the new SVD. And as soon as I have vendor information as far as where you can pick it up and for how much, I will let you know. Thank you very much for watching again, and I will see you guys soon.